Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We're taking a look at the Casio Edifice. This is the solar-powered version we'll be taking a look at today. Casio makes a ton of Edifice watches, and if you don't have one in your collection, for the $100 or even less sometimes, you should strongly consider one. So let's go over a couple things. It's quartz, obviously, and it hits the damn indices every single freaking tick, which is great because you can buy a lot of budget watches nowadays, and it ticks away great. It's relatively accurate. It's a quartz watch. It'll last you a couple of years. It's not hitting the indice, and that drives me nuts. It's almost a deal breaker. The Edifice line from Casio is great. There's not a ton of reflective stuff on it. The bezels do not turn or anything like that. It is a chronograph style watch. So you've got your start-stop button up here and your reset button up here. It's got a little date window that you can see down at the 4 o'clock position, which is very nice. There's no screw-down bezel, obviously. This is not a dive watch, more of a chronograph. It is a 30-minute chronograph that you'll see over here. So it starts at 30, and it will tick, obviously, clockwise all the way around, so it'll track 30 minutes. The hand down here, like a little piece of hair over there. The hand down here is obviously the second hand, and then up here you just have a 24-hour clock. So right now it's 9:05. You've got the 9 o'clock position up there as well. It's solar, which is great. There's not a huge battery reserve in this. I want to say it lasts up to a month in no sunshine, but it doesn't need sunshine. Like right now, it's charging itself. To check the solar on it, and this is not something that I knew, none of the videos that I had seen originally had mentioned this. To be able to check the battery life on it, you hold this button down for a second, maybe more than a second, and it will point here on a low, medium, high scale to the location of the battery level. So I thought that was pretty clever. One of the little moans that I have about this watch is the second hand down here on the chronograph. That's the 0 position rather than that. So every time I'm timing something, I'm always a second off. You can fix that. The manual that's provided goes over that. Bracelet's wonderful. I have no idea the dimensions. I'm going to have to look that up on my phone here. Let me get my phone out. I wasn't ready. I just started the camera. So let me take a look at this, because I also want to get you the specific name for the watch. Okay, so right now this one's going for $130 on Amazon. I think I actually got this at a JCPenney store for about $80. So $130. Still, it's $130 price range. So the case diameter is a little bit bigger than I thought. Now again, we've got this little bump out here. And you've obviously got some pushers and some crown guards over here as well. But the case diameter is 48.9 millimeters. Bandwidth is 28, and it tapers down to 20. The clasp is nice. It's a pretty proper milled clasp here. It's got dual pushers. Mine's a little scratched because this is obviously a little EDC everyday watch for me. The gap back here is not too ridiculous on wrist. I have a very small wrist, as you can see, but it sizes well. It does have a little bit of quick adjustment down here, so there's some pins that you can adjust that accordingly, and it's a really comfortable watch, so no hair pulling or other things like that. I do like the mixture of brushed and non-brushed surfaces. I think Casio does this the best in this watch. The lug to lug is pretty big. I can get it out and I can measure it. I want to say it's like 46 or 48 lug to lug, but with this tapering here, it's definitely a little bit larger. This watch goes with everything. Honestly, with the color options that you can get, there's like 30 different Casio Edifice options. Non-solar versions, there's a Bluetooth version that you can control some features and functions with. So I think this is a super underrated line with the Casio Edifice. Let me pull up the listing here on Amazon. I do want to read a little bit more about this knife. Or not this knife, I just reviewed a freaking knife. What did I reviewed the Civivi backlash. So if you're interested in knives and watches, go see that. Pull up the listing for this watch. So the Casio Edifice collection reflects a distinct sense of style, providing men with features that are ideal for professionals and weekend lifestyles. The collection speaks to upwardly mobile men whose goals lie anywhere from the boardroom to the ballpark. With a variety of aristocratic, sleek styles, Casio Edifice timepieces possess features including multi-layered dials, like this one, world time, daily alarms, and more. So they've got a lot of features here. It talks about Casio's solar, so it charges even in low light conditions. So doesn't need a lot of light to charge. And this version here is 330 feet or 100 meters water resistance. So that's pretty darn good. And let's see, it's got the 1-second stopwatch, flat bezel. There's no sapphire or any AR coating on this, obviously. It does a pretty good job in natural light. I'm not going to take it out in natural light, obviously. Quartz movement. There is some lume on the hands and the dial, the white sections of the watch. We're not going to do a lume test. There's some great warranty information. Case thickness, that's another dimension that I wanted to get. It is a pretty thin case, so it only wears 12.8 millimeters. So we'll just call it 13. So 13. I need some white gloves or something like that. I got my greaseball hands. The case back's nothing incredible. It's just Edifice's logo. It is a screw down back, so it's not a snap-on, snap-off or anything like that. So that helps with the water resistance. But really great watch. It's in my rotation at least once a week. So if that's not something that you have in your watch collection, I really strongly suggest that. The item weight is almost 6 ounces. It's definitely got some weight to go with it. I'm not going to go over the box or anything like that. The box is pretty lame. It's just like a tin can almost that it comes in. 2 halves. There's a little pillow in there and some directions. That's about it. Doesn't come with any pushers or anything like that. They are push pins, as you may expect for the $100 price range, but pretty easy to change that out and get that sized. So we're going to be taking a look at a lot more watches. This is just the first of many. Stay tuned. We'll be taking a look at the Mako 2 from Orient, a nice automatic black dive watch here in a second, so make sure you're subscribed for that one, guys. Leave a nasty comment in the comment section below like you guys, I know you guys will, and we'll see you in the next one. Okay, thanks, bye.